Hey guys, it's MugenLord here, and I'm back again with another discussion video. Today I want to do something different, and that's right, I want to talk about some anime. I haven't talked about anime in a while. I do every once in a while on my channel, especially when I'm feeling up to it and I have something to really talk about. Most of the time I don't want to talk about something if I don't really have anything to say, so I don't want to waste your time. I don't even want to waste my time to talk about nothing. So today we're going to talk about Dragon Ball Super. So if those of you who don't know, right now we have the Tournament of Power arc that's been going on for a few months now, and I must say I've really been enjoying it, and I also have some downsides to it too, that kind of things that kind of irk me a bit about the arc, but overall I'm loving the arc and everything. So I want to give you my impressions and what I think about it so far. And there's also a movie coming out in 2018 with Dragon Ball Super that I really want to talk about with you guys, and I want to give you what I think about it so far. So as far as I'm concerned, when we get into this discussion, I have my notes on the side because there's a lot of things I do want to cover, and I don't want to miss out on any of this. So if you see my eyes shift or me turn my neck around, I'm looking at my notes and bullet points to the things that I really want to cover. So first, I want to give you tell you about my expectations. Now, when this tournament, when the Tournament of Power was first announced, because I mean this has been hinted for a while now, especially when Goku first met Zeno and he talked about that he wanted to have a tournament with all the universes, and it really spiked Goku's interest because Goku's a fighting fiend. We know he's a fiend. He loved to fight. That's how much of a fiend he is when it comes to fighting and stuff. So they've been pretty much hinting at this throughout Dragon Ball Super, especially after the other universe, when Goku in universe 7 and 6 were fighting and everything. So they really was pointing in that direction. So it was a matter of time of when they was going to do it, and I figured that this was going to be pretty much the last arc for Dragon Ball Super. But Dragon Ball Super, the way it's going as far as the audience, the views, and the merchandising, Dragon Ball Super ain't going anywhere in a long time from now. So that's a good thing. More Dragon Ball, the better for me. So as far as my expectations concerned, when they first showed off the poster to the arc and everything, I was super excited. I mean super excited, because on the poster it had the Z Warriors there, but Yamcha. Now that was disappointing, but the fact is that all the Z Warriors is there. I was like, oh my god, we're going back to the time of the Tree of Might, because if you guys don't know, I love the Tree of Might. I love most of Dragon Ball movies, because when we had the Dragon Ball movies back in the day, the Dragon Ball Z movies, it had Piccolo, it had Crillon, it had Yamcha, it had all the Z fighters always fighting together, and the movies always made them look like badasses. And ever since the series of Dragon Ball Z started to go into the seasons, those characters began to fall off a bit, in terms of power, and pretty much the show became about the Saiyans, Goku, Gohan, Vegeta, Goten, and Trunks. So it kind of lost its variety, kind of lost its spark and flair for me, and that's when I pretty much zoned out of Dragon Ball Z after a while, especially once it got to the Buu saga. But seeing this poster really got me excited. I was like, okay, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. We finally get a chance to reunite the bros back, and they're going to really put that work in. And another clever thing, and what I do like about it, is if you notice on the poster, it pretty much almost everybody on that team used to be at one point Goku rival, or they used to be villains at one point. And that's what I like about it too. Like, eventually some characters end up becoming the protagonists, the good guys that fight alongside Goku. So that was pretty neat, and I liked how they set everything up. So that was my expectation. I was expecting some Tree of Might stuff where everybody get off and get down, and everybody show off the good parts of themselves in this tournament. So that's what I was expecting. Now, as far as backstory is concerned, I really wanted to know, okay, now that Goku and is recruiting these fighters, Teen and all of them again, I would like to see some backstory of how they going to make these guys relevant. How they going to level Krillon up? How they going to level Teen up, Piccolo, and Yamcha? Well, not Yamcha, he wasn't selected, but how he's going to level Master Roshi and these lower level lower power level type of fighters, especially these human fighters. How he was going to level them up. So I was definitely like, oh man, this is going to be a good arc, because there's going to probably be some clever or some unique way they're going to level these characters up to make them relevant once again. Because if they're leveled up and able to at least be able to hang in there with Goku and Vegeta, then I said, okay, there's going to be some future arcs where these guys are back again together as the Z Warriors. So then I was definitely looking forward to, now that they revealed the female Saiyans, Kel and Khalifa, I was like, I can't wait to see their interactions. And that's what I was super excited about. I wanted to see interactions between some of the characters, because knowing the fact is that that Frost is going to be there, that Kaba, Kale and Khalifa is going to be there. The fighters of Universe 7 is going to finally meet these fighters for the first time from these other universes as well. So I was definitely looking forward to see how Goku's going to respond to the female Saiyans, because like I said before, Goku, he's born, or he was sent to Earth as a baby, so he never got a chance to be able to connect with his Saiyan heritage compared to Vegeta. So Goku have never seen a female Saiyans before, so I was definitely couldn't wait to see how he's going to respond and interact to seeing female Saiyans for the first time. So I was definitely looking forward to that, and then finding out the fact that Frieza has finally become part of the team. I couldn't wait to see what Frieza's response and reaction is going to be once he come across his opposite, which is Frost from Universe 6. So I was definitely looking forward to those little interactions, and it really had me hyped up going into this arc. And then of course Gohan, we can't leave Gohan out. Knowing that Gohan is part of the tournament, a lot of Gohan fans felt like betrayed by Toriyama and the writers down at Toei of how they handle Gohan since Dragon Ball Super. And now that we know that he's in this tournament, I had a lot of expectations, because they already gave us a little gleam of hope was during the time where Gohan was just sparring with Goku when he had this Great Saiyan Man outfit, and it really got me hyped. So I'm like, yo, Gohan still have what it takes, and he was just sparring with his pops just for that little bit of time right there. So it gave us a little inkling, a little gleam of hope in the preview of what to expect. So seeing him in the poster, it really definitely got me hyped and expecting that Gohan is going to really get off, and he's going to claim his status to what he used to be when he was Team Gohan during the Cell Saga. So I was definitely looking forward to that. And most importantly, last but not least, when it comes to my expectations, knowing the fact that the Tournament of Power is pretty much a team tournament, a battle royale, universes versus universes, that there's going to be some teamwork that's involved, and a lot of strategy that's involved in order to conserve stamina to pretty much be the last universe standing. So I was already having in my head that this is going to be like the first anime, or this is going to be the first time in Dragon Ball Super or Dragon Ball series altogether that we actually want to see some literal actual team play here, like some team combos, team strategies, because we had a little bit of a preview of that during the Goku Black arc, where Goku and Future Trunks was fighting side by side when he's fighting against Goku Black and Zamasu. We had got a little preview of that, and I'm to be honest, everyone is hyped, and I was super hyped seeing 4 fighters just going back and forth, and how the camera was spinning and was switching between the characters and showing them how they're facing off against one another. So there was like a little glimpse of what I was looking forward to if they ever was to go back and try something like that again. So after seeing Goku Black and then knowing that this arc was coming, I was really looking forward to some real strategies between the characters and everything, because when I think of strategies when it comes to techniques, I always think about the Naruto franchise, or the Naruto series, especially when Naruto and them were during the younger arcs, when he was much younger. I love how when Naruto, Kakashi, and all of them used to fight the other shinobis, and when they pulled off certain techniques, they'll go back and explain how they did it, and then explain the trickery behind it, or the writers was really clever how they did certain attacks and certain techniques. So I was hoping that we will see something like this in the Tournament of Power. So now that I got my told you about my expectations, now we're going to go into my impressions, watching during the time of the the Tournament of Power arc. Now the thing is, the Tournament of Power is still going on. I think we coming to a close pretty soon. I think in probably January or beginning of February, it may finally come to a close. Who knows? But we definitely near the end of it. But I want to give you my impressions, what I think of it so far going into it. So as far as my impressions I'm concerned, I do have my hype moments, and I do have some disappointments. But first, I want to talk about my disappointments, because my disappointments really stuck to me much more than my actual hype moments for this arc. So as far as my disappointments is concerned, Yamcha being shelved. Now that was a disappointment to me, because I thought he was going to pretty much trick us, because he already tricked us when the rumors was going out. They were saying that Buu wasn't going to be part of the tournament, but Buu was on the poster. They said Buu was going to be replaced by Frieza, or they hinted that he's going to be replaced by somebody. So I was hoping that, maybe Buu's going to get replaced by Yamcha. Then when he came out and said it was going to be Frieza, I said, oh, okay, Frieza's interesting, but I feel bad for the fact that they once again just made Yamcha into a joke character. They made him pretty much into a meme. There's a bunch of memes about Yamcha, and I think Yamcha is a pretty good character. Like I said before, if you go back and watch the Saiyan Saga, if you go back and watch like the Tree of Might or some of the other movies and everything, Yamcha has a lot of potential. So does Tien and the others, but I'll definitely get into the other characters in a minute. But they really did my boy Yamcha like wrong, and I'm really salty about it, or I guess you could say triggered by it and everything. But they really did Yamcha wrong, and hopefully Yamcha will pretty much have his time to shine in a future arc. But we do have Dragon Ball Fighters coming, and I have a feeling that Yamcha is going to pretty much be top tier. But anyway, so then we have then Crillon. Now Krillon's one of my favorite, out of all the humans, I think he's one of my favorite characters. I even use him in the Dragon Ball Budokai series. I always use Crillon, and I think the thing that disappointed me the most is about Crillon in this tournament of Power Arc, and they made him get eliminated first. I wasn't expecting Crillon to get eliminated first, and believe it or not, I was expecting Roshi to get eliminated first. But you know, Roshi pretty much surprised me. But we get to Roshi in a bit. But like I said, I feel as though that we already didn't get a good explanation to how Crillon had gotten stronger than when he had to the point to where he's able to compete in the Tournament of Power. I know we get this silly explanation leading up to the Tournament of Power, and for some reason he was able to outwit and outsmart, or you know, or kind of like or not, I wouldn't say overpower Gohan back on Earth before he went to the tournament and stuff. But I was kind of expecting some more from Crillon. Maybe my expectations was too high, but yeah, he got put out kind of stupid. I mean, his overconfidence, him celebrating, and he got put out by Frost. It's kind of funny how it's always the Frieza type characters that always takes out Crillon, and that's what happened. Frost pretty much snaked Crillon, put him off and stuff. So it was kind of a bummer that he went out first. I wanted him to do a little bit more and see him in action a little bit more before he got put off. But hey, you know, what can you do about it? And then of course, worst of all, I think they really undercut Tien the most, and I think I was the most triggered at the fact is how they done Tien. Now the thing was, after I seen Tien get eliminated, I went on YouTube, started searching videos to see if I was the only one that was, to see if I wasn't the only one that was triggered and salty at what was done to Tien. So I went on YouTube and started looking around to see other people's opinions about that episode where Tien got eliminated, and I ran across Laughingstock Media, and Laughingstock Media hit everything on the nose that I was feeling as far as Tien's concerned, because he did a whole thing about how Tien was the most underused and underrepresented character, and should have been one of the most powerful human characters out of the group. And how they just pretty much did Tien wrong, and they really did Tien wrong. How they just put him out there, and he didn't even pretty much get the shine that he was supposed to get, and he gets eliminated. And the way he gets eliminated really pissed me off, and it wasn't smart. You know, it wasn't smart how they made. You know, it wasn't smart on Tien's behalf how it was done, because if he did if he was able, if the way he got eliminated, and he already had clones, you know what I'm saying, hidden somewhere in order to hold his opponent down, then why couldn't his clones take the fall? You know what I'm saying? And Tien could have stayed in the background somewhere. And it was just stupid how he just got eliminated. So he pretty much knocked off an opponent by getting knocked off at the same time, while everybody else got a chance to knock some opponents off and add, you know, towards, you know, add to the count of eliminations. But he went off by putting somebody off at the same time. I really didn't like it, man, and they did my boy Tien wrong, and he didn't shine at all. We barely got a chance to see Tien, and then when Tien got a chance to shine, he didn't really perform the way I thought he should have performed, and that was a bummer. And then of course, Master Roshi performed really well. I must give it to Master Roshi. I was not expecting him to perform well at all, but he eliminated a lot of people, and that's the thing that really shocked me. Like, out of all the characters, he did better than Crillon, and he did better than Tien, in which Tien should have did better than both the characters that I just mentioned throughout the tournament of Power. But Roshi just did everything. And then when he used the Mafuba, which I don't understand, I thought the Mafuba was supposed to kill you if you do it more than once, but I guess they retconned that somehow. I don't know how they did it, but the writer said, F it, let's just run with this or whatever like that. But Master Roshi, he really performed well, and I really felt sorry for him at the end, is because he was tired, man. Like his old body was just tired, and Barrett said, look, you better prepare a sensu bean, because he ain't gonna make it much longer. He has to get out of here. And I like it when Goku and them finally showed up to save, when Vegeta showed up to save Master Roshi, and he says, "Time for you to retire, old man." And you saw that relief on Master Roshi's face. I really felt that. Like, Master Roshi got down. You felt that relief, and then you just see him fall off the stage. And when he fell off the stage, I was like, he did a good job. And he earned Beerus respect. Like, Beerus definitely respect Master Roshi, and Master Roshi really definitely got down. So props to that. Definitely props to that. And then, of course, another thing, another disappointment I just couldn't stand is Ribrianne in her Sentai, or whatever you call those chicks that transforms and stuff like that. Ribrianne was the most annoying character, and I don't understand why. Why did they decide to keep those characters around for that long? Because to me, they were just a waste of space, and they kept having so many episodes that revolved around Goku and them fighting those characters. Like, Ribrianne was so annoying, the power of love, and all that silly crap, man. I just couldn't stand Ribrianne in that crew at all. And then when they finally did get eliminated, I was like, thank God, like, please, like, thank God they're going. But I ain't gonna lie, they would make good characters for Dragon Ball FighterZ. Not gonna lie about that though. But yeah, Ribrianne, I guess it was a marketing purpose behind that. I guess they want to sell some Ribrianne figures and everything. I don't know what that was about, but couldn't stand those characters. And then, of course, the biggest complaint, one of my biggest complaints, was Crillon Khalifa. Now, I love the fact is that we had some female Saiyans. I was really looking forward to Crillon Khalifa, but throughout the Tournament of Power, man, these girls was getting buffs out of nowhere, transformations out of nowhere. These girls were getting powerful out of nowhere. Compared to Kaba, these two girls were just phenomenal in this arc. And I don't know. I mean, some people may disagree with what I'm saying, but I just didn't like how these two characters were handled. And I would have loved it better if we had a mini arc before the Tournament of Power to develop these two young ladies even more, to give us more explanation about as far as their relationship is concerned, their fighting techniques and everything like that. But you can tell in this Tournament of Power they wanted to speed things up, and I just didn't like how these characters were handled well at all. I can make a separate video just talking about those two characters, but I won't touch too much on that. And then, of course, it was the Goku show, of course. The Goku show. Everything was about Goku, of course. You found more episodes about Goku in the Tournament of Power than you had of the other characters. You see Piccolo or Gohan in the background every once in a while, and it would switch to Frieza every once in a while, or the androids and everything. But it was more so focused on Goku, and yeah, Goku and Vegeta, but it's more so Goku. So I was kind of bummed out by that, spending too much time with Goku, and then not enough Frieza action. And then once again, of course, they did my boy Piccolo wrong. Like I said, Piccolo's one of the smartest fighters on the team, but he got put out in the most dumbest way. He got put out because he was too busy trying to focus on seeing his enemy opposed to hearing his enemy. And then Piccolo got some of the biggest ears on the team that can hear almost anything a mile away. And I'm surprised that it never dawned on Piccolo to be able to hear his enemy. He spent most of his time trying to see and trying to sense his energy, but didn't spend time to hear it. And they're just so unlike Piccolo. That contradicts his character in so many ways. But I digress. So they really did Piccolo they really shorthanded Piccolo right there, and I'm really bummed out. And I knew after they eliminated the Namex of Universe 6, I said Piccolo's getting put off next. They wanted to hold Piccolo there in order for him to fight the Namex. Once the Namex got put off from Universe 6, there's no more story for him, or no more they would do for his character. So let's put him off after those Namex go off. So I kind of seen that coming. Also, he's been still taking shots and taking hits for Gohan. You figure Gohan would pretty much grow up out of that. Piccolo taking all the hits. I mean, his arms got chopped off a few times protecting Gohan and stuff like that. So he's still being daddy number 2 for Gohan and stuff like that. So after that, Another complaint I have is too many transformations. I understand that, you know, Dragon Ball Super is popular, and what's smart about Toei and Toriyama, they're capitalizing on a lot of the fandom that's going on with Dragon Ball, as far as the Dragon Ball series and the franchise is concerned, because there's a lot of fans out there who have fan fictions of different transformations of Super Saiyan. I mean, you got Super Saiyan 7 and Super Saiyan 8, you got Super Saiyan Green, Super Saiyan Purple, and stuff like that. So it made sense to give us Super Saiyan Blue, which is Super Saiyan God, and give us the and give us the red Super Saiyan God and everything like that, because they capitalize on it. It makes sense. Different color Super Saiyans. It makes sense to capitalize on it. It's a good marketing thing. But these transformations are getting totally out of control. We barely got a chance to understand or get into Kel and Khalifa, and then he fused those characters together. So that's more merchandising to give us Kefla. And then we have Ultra Instincts Goku. Now the thing is, I think the Ultra Instincts is pretty cool, but to give Goku yet another transformation where he really, I mean, he been blue since the Frieza, the Resurrection of Frieza arc. He had that transformation, the blue transformation, and I believe he haven't even really mastered the blue transformation in the anime compared to the manga and everything. So he give him Ultra Instincts, so that's another transformation for them to market for DLC, for future games, and for toys, you know, action figures and everything like that. So the transformation is starting to get a little bit out of control, even though I think the Ultra Instinct is pretty cool. And then another thing too that really got me too is the fact is that there's really no explanation to how Goku was able to turn on the red the Super Saiyan God form. There's no real explanation behind that. Probably the manga explains it, since the manga and the anime are two different canons of each other. But in the anime, he turns it on, and we just supposed to accept that, because we only thought that the red was you're only able to activate it if the Saiyans give their powers to that particular Saiyan for them to activate it. But he's able to turn it on like it's nothing. So I don't know how that happened, but that's pretty much it as far as my disappointments are concerned. But what I do like about it is about the arc is that certain episodes did have some beautiful animations. Not gonna lie, especially the Ultra Instinct episodes where Goku turns his Ultra Instincts on. The other one where Android 18 was running up Ribian's arm when she was super big and everything, and when she was running up, you see Android 17. He runs up and through the shield to cover his sister, and she ran over there and punched a hole through Ribian's head. The animation was gorgeous and beautiful. And then the most recent episode where they fought the I call it the Megazord, when Pepperoni had fused together to make that big android, and I like when Golden Frieza and all of them got together to shoot their final blast at the blast, and then Android 17 jumped and punched through the fireball, and he came through the other end, and then he punched the generator on Pepperoni's head. I think that was pretty cool. I love the animations to that. But I think overall, what I do like about the arc is 17 and 18 are my favorites throughout the whole arc. 17 and 18, their communication, their link between one another, being brothers and sisters, man, is just awesome. And 17 do not play. He will eliminate you. He do not play any games, especially when I forgot what universe Ribian and them was from. There's so many universes, can't remember what number their universe is. But when the character with the wings, when they go pick up one of Ribian's sisters, and 17 said, yo, no, she got to go. He went over there, kicked her, she spent, and he kicked her off the stage. He kicked her into the balcony. He didn't kick her off the arena, he kicked her to the balcony for her to have a seat. And he said, yo, like, he said characters, he said I had to get rid of the flying fighters because they're quite annoying. So he's a smart fighter, and he's, to me, he's MVP. I mean, he really got down. He displayed some skills that he never even pulled off in the original Dragon Ball Z series, which I liked. So I did see development of his powers as he went through, as he's pulling off these techniques, and I thought it was pretty cool. 17 better be a DLC character in Dragon Ball Fighters. Like, 17 is my boy, man. 17 is my boy. So then after that, I think what I do like about it, I think Frieza being included into the team, I think that's pretty cool as well. Frieza is a really brings a new dynamic to this team, and brings a lot of controversy, and I really want to know what's his motive behind all this now that he's part of this team, and what his ideas are, or how he's going to execute what he's trying to execute. And another thing about the arc I do enjoy is the mystery behind what's going to happen once this whole Tournament of Power is officially done. Because what I'm still wondering is, did the characters or did the universe, did they really get erased? Think about it, like, or was they sent somewhere else? So that's what I'm wondering. Or like it's the grand priest behind it. Like there's so many mysteries behind it. That's what's keeping me definitely locked into it, because I don't know where this is going to go. So that's what got me super excited, and that's why I'm staying glued to my chair, because I really want to see how this is all going to end. We know it's going to end well for Goku and them, because this is all before the end of the Dragon Ball Z. But I want to see how they're going to get there and what caused all this and stuff. So that's what really got me intrigued. That's pretty much my overall impressions of what I think about the Dragon Ball Super Tournament of Power arc. I really, I still like I like the arc. It has its ups and downs, but I'm really still enjoying it, and I can't wait to see how this ends, because I want to know what the mystery is and how this is going to impact or affect the series here on out from here. So that's about it. I want to know what was your expectations to the Tournament of Power, and what was you looking forward to see happen in the Tournament of Power, and what do you think the outcome is going to be after all this end, and what do you think about the Dragon Ball Super 2018 movie, The Origin of the Saiyans? What do you think about it? So make sure you leave your comments in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your opinions, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're interested in hearing more of my thoughts, or I could just say rambles or rants of Dragon Ball Super in the future anime content that I may deliver on this YouTube channel in the future. And don't forget to hit the bell to be notified when I upload new videos. This is MugenLord, and I'm signing off, and see you Game Fiends later. Peace out.